Hello and welcome back. I am Shelf Unit and this is my continuing Let's Play of Shadowrun Dragonfall. Almost forgot what it was there for a second. Okay, last time we had ended after playing the first track on the second DVD. So let's start up with track 2. So 2054, looks like in American version this is the 12th of November. Alright, let's continue thinking outside the box. After the Dragonfall, the great dragon Kaltstein came flying into the Sox to rescue the Firewing, but he was driven off, some say killed, by Lofweir and Nebelhair. So what if there's another dragon involved in all of this? Winter grabs a thick leather-bound tome from a shelf behind him, licks a finger and begins to leaf through it. Alright, so let's run down the list of major dragons that could be helping her. First there's the Golden Worm, Lofweir, the CEO of Shadowrun, and quite possibly the single most dangerous being on Earth. Lofweir's a local boy, so he'd be in a position to help the Führerschwinge. He certainly has the financial capability to help her, so he could send a small army into the Sox if he wanted to. So he's definitely got the means, but I can't see how he'd have the motive. He actively prevented the Firewing's rescue back in 2012. After all, same thing is true for Nebelhair, so let's scratch both of them off the list. He flips the page frowning. We've got Aiden the Great Serush. He's operating out of Turkey. By all accounts, he's not a fan of Lofweir. They're actively competing for territory in the Middle East, so I suppose that could be considered motive. Reviving the Firewing might cause problems for the Golden Worm. But would he risk a war with Shadowrun by straying into Lofweir's territory? Again, I don't think it's likely. He turns another page. There's Seladir out in Wales. He's pretty heavily invested in TransUnion, so he's got the money. But he's too busy dealing with a BTL killer. Scandal that Transis is going through out in London to get his claws dirty in the Sox. Flip. Dunkalzen out in the UCAS. He pauses, shakes his head and then slams the tome shut. No, this is a waste of time. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am. The Firewing is acting alone. Dragons don't cooperate unless they absolutely have to. After all, why bother making nice with your equals when you've got an entire planet full of pawns at your disposal? They don't need to work together, they have us to exploit. So he leans forward. He's heading to the main menu, returns. Let's play track 3. While this track does load, it's clearly corrupted and the screen fills with a meaningless stream of text. Track 4. You can recognise a few words here and there, but they're interspersed amid solid blocks of corrupt text. Volclair and still my big searching for Firewing, swear to Unsnub will find you. Blair if it's the last, swear to Track 5, corrupted, meaningless. Track 6. The screen goes black and the digital chime that you heard on the Dragonfall DVD plays again. Crackle of static fills the air, followed by the same now familiar electronic whine. A few minutes later, the display goes live. Adrian Vauclair. Looks haggard, his eyes are heavily bagged and bloodshot, and his hair is mussed. He holds a cigarette in an unsteady hand. Hermie, it's me. I can't sleep. I don't know where you are, having fun no doubt, maybe flirting with one of those unattainable beauties that you're always chasing. He tries on a smile, but it quickly disappears. He takes a drag on his cigarette. That's good. I want you to live a pleasant, normal life. After all, one of us should. Vauclair rubs his eyes. I can still smell the smoke, Hermie. It's almost a year later and I can still taste the stench of burning corpses. When I sleep I can hear the sirens and the screams. There's no sound in this world as horrible as burn victims' screams. The doctors would call this PTSD, I'm sure. They'd have me in therapy, maybe dose me up on SSRI, like they do to our veteran soldiers. He chuckled and then takes another drag. Quite a story for the tabloids. The great dragon slayer, Adrian Vauclair, mentally incapable of wrestling with his own demons. He shakes his head. No therapy for me and no medication. I have a reputation to live up to, however poorly deserved it is, and however little I want it. He pauses, stubs out his cigarette. The dragon is still alive, Hermie. Of that I'm certain. One day I will find her, and then perhaps I'll be able to sleep through the night. The display goes black. Okay, let's eject the DVD and head out. Right. I've discovered that I have an awful lot of karma to spend. So let's give that a go. What can I do? What do I want to do? I've got 11 points. Charisma, I would only do to get the etiquettes. Quickness. Wide load. Intelligence is just for, well, stuff that I really don't care about. Yeah, let's go increase with my shotgun. And maybe increase my strength? Or my body, rather? Increase my hit points. And this is the highest I can get. Or increase the range combat. But that would involve me increasing the quickness. I think I'm just going to confirm with that. And then I want to head out. Maybe try and buy new weaponry. Does this guy sell weapons? Okay, well, let's talk to this guy. I've skimmed through a few bits, but Lane grumbles and massages phantom pain in his synthetic legs. Damn it, why won't the world just let an old soldier fade away like MacArthur promised? You're military? Where'd you serve? Back home with the Finnish Defence Force, Jaeger Brigade. Lane clenches and unclenches a fist, either out of repressed anger or more phantom pain. His weathered face betrays nothing. The Russians thought to come at us from the north as well as the west, through the Lapland, thinking us weaker there. They thought wrong, and the snow was painted pink on both sides of the border. Tell me more about the Euro Wars. Doubt as much I could tell you that you wouldn't have learned in school. That you should have learned in school. Russians invaded, hell if I can remember why. The world was more a mess back then than it is today, if you ask me. They attacked Poland and Finland first. Poland broke within months, opening the door into Germany. I had no contacts in Berlin back then, mind you. Can't really say how bad things were here. I have battles of my own to worry about. It's alright, won't bother you any more about it. Anything else then? Nope. Bye. Where is my weapon shop? Okay, there's some things here. There's three things there. There's the cyber clinic. Let's talk to this guy. Welcome back. You need some weapons and ammunition, perhaps. Catch a message about the missing shipment. How can I help? He nods. Aye, a gang from nearby quays has been hijacking shipments, threading for the cruise bar, taking money out of our pockets. Could use your help to stop this from happening. Your dear departed Monica used to provide encryption and information control for the cruise bar. Now that she's gone, we merchants have been having no end of trouble. The obvious answer is the gang has been intercepting our communications. What kind of communications? Shipping manifests, payment orders, that kind of thing. A group with an agenda could use that information to set an ambush. And that's just what this gang has been doing. Several cargo trucks full of goods have already been hijacked en route from the cruise bar to the cruise bar. I had a tracking device placed on the last shipment that I sent out. Containers full of weapons and medical supplies. Sure enough it got taken. I tracked it to the Grisbrunnen. Never been there. It's a quays built out of an old U-Bahn station and some old bunkers. Rumour has it a new gang called the Rabengeister is held up there. I suspect that the two things are related. So I need you to go to Gunsberg and find the Rabengeister and get our goods back. I can offer you 500 new yen for the task, and if you can recover a missing weapon shipment, I'll be able to sell you some bit of hardware too. Can you tell me anything else about this new gang? He frowns. Not much, I'm afraid. From what I've heard, the Rabengeister are tricky. They have a reputation for stirring up trouble and then disappearing without a trace. I'd tread carefully in the goods and bads if I were you. How do I get there? Just take the U-Bahn. Line still runs, though not many folks stop at Gusenbedden anymore. Market there used to be something of a tourist attraction, but I think they've fallen on hard times recently. I'll take care of it. Good, it's about time I had some new inventory coming in. One more thing, Sir Eamstar. I'm going to need you to go in light on this one. Take a friend along if you like, but no more than one. If you spook him, you can trash the merchandise. Best go quiet. Best go soon too, before trail goes cold. Great. Cash. Show me the goods. Weapons. I've got a shotty. What do I got actually? Right, so I've got this buffalo damage 12. Do I just go for the big one? Yes, I do. Let's sell. Yeah. I mean, it's got double the capacity. What's my armor? Armor 1. Exit. Let's check what my equipment is like. What have I got on? Oh, I actually have the Secure Tech Armor clothing. Armor 4, 5 extra hit points. Full bodied armor. So that's what I'm wearing, 5 hit points. Now, do I want an extra quickness to go with that? No, not right now. Let's do this sewers job. Assemble the team and head in. Dietrich, you are grounded. For good. I'm not taking an arsehole in there with me. I don't care if I didn't take him to save his nephew, because his nephew was going to be... Honestly, I can't even remember. I honestly can't remember. I did not realise that he wasn't there. It was very strange. I'm fairly certain my memory would have at least covered me for that. Okay, so the sewers. A ghostly labyrinth of tunnels and dead-end passageways makes up the network of sewers beneath the cruise bar. You climb down the ladder into this shallow underworld and reel at the wave of foul smells that washes over you. clogging your sinuses and saturating your clothing. As your eyes adjust to the light, you find yourself standing at the edge of a narrow channel of murky grey-green water. The rush of churning water echoes down the tunnel. You catch a flash of motion in your peripheral vision, something man-sized, moving fast, flitting across the far end of the tunnel. You strain your eyes to see it, but to no avail. The thing, whatever it is gone. Okay, everybody's got all their stuff. So let's go. Okay, the maintenance worker. So far, so good. Pump operations control. Access pump status. Pump 1 has stopped, and that says south water turbine flows failed. South turbine has been deactivated. Steady water flow stopped. Pump test running past. Pump is operational but not receiving full water flow from the south turbine. Pump operations. Error. Pump operations have been rerouted to the facility's central control system. Pump 2. Water flow has failed. South blah blah blah. Pump has been clogged. Clog cannot be resolved until water flow is restored and the pump is shut down. Pump operations. Rerouted. Okay. Interesting. Oh, of course, we can't go through that way. So dark. Metahuman bones have been picked clean. Okay. So we have no choice but to come this way. And move from this way down. Let's have an inspection of this first. Corpse mangled beyond recognition. Delightful. Turbine controls. Activate the turbine. Get your decker to bypass the safety controls. Activate the turbine. Turbine wears to life. Lovely. Zombies! Okay, Glory. Do your thing. Perfect. Good hit. Reload. that way. Interesting. Crit. That. Let's get you there. Reload you. We're done. Now I'll reload. Okay, you can come out here and I'll switch to this. Good hit. You can come out there. God damn it, 91% miss. Two 91% misses! Jesus Christ. God fucking damn it. God damn it. God damn it! That just annoys me. Can't get down there. Okay. Oh, no, we can actually go in there and look at it. Okay, the corpse has been eviscerated, its limbs have been torn clean off and its rib cage is oddly deformed. The tattered shreds of a blue maintenance uniform hang loosely off its chest. You find a well-worn manual entitled Wurfstang Orshab 2042. The book is filled with depictions of turbine and pump cross-sections and tools and descriptions of maintenance procedures. A few of the pages have been bookmarked with colourful bits of paper. Yellow bookmark. Page is dominated by an illustration of a turbine cross-section. Scroll in the margin is number 822896. You can only work with the computer and pocket the book and leave. Okay. There's nothing else we can do. I don't think. No, I don't think so. Okay, south turbine water flow. Okay. This one. Turbine is working. Everything has to be okay. Okay. How do I get to there? Through this way. Come on, boys, and drone. Why can't you fly over the water? Goody. More of these guys. Missed. flashbang. That's going to be pretty good. Excellent. Reload for you. Minus 1 AP there. Can I hit you for that as well? Yes, I can. Missed. And missed. 450+% chances missed. Missed. Ah, I didn't see you there. Balls. Sorry, I need you out of the way. That was good. And I'll... Well, it's dead at least. Damage. That's handy. It's gonna hurt. No, I'm gonna reload. Then I'm just gonna hit it. Lovely job. Let's pick up whatever this is. 147 new yen. Open this door. Pick up whatever this is. Ooh. Right, so we've sent that to our stash. Let's go operations control. Restart pump 1. Restart pump 2. And walk away. A shambling mound of ragged flesh stumbles towards you. There's a look of desperation in its eyes. Please don't shoot. The girl's breath reeks of rotting meat. We're not like the others. Relax, I'm not going to hurt you. The girl's voice comes out in a rasping sob. Thank you, stranger, considering my condition. I had all but given up hope. Who are you? I speak for the cruise bar's ghoul population. The Krieger stain may have ravaged my body. It feebly paws at the grey, pustulant flesh that hangs from its bones, but I have retained my mind. Krieger strain? It nods. Of HMHVV, the virus that has infected us, that has twisted us into this. We are not monsters, ma'am. We are people with an illness, curable for now, and yet some of us cling to hope. You may think of us as lepers, if you wish. Keep talking. We've lived down here, under the cruise bar for years. For all that time, this place has provided refuge from the world above. We traded our labor for sustenance, both for ourselves and for our feral brothers, and we survived. But now our food supply has been interrupted, and the feral ones have gone mad with hunger. You're a danger to everybody, even us. You worked for food? Who was feeding you? The doctor, a topsider from your cruise bar. He kept us fed. The contract guaranteed it. Under the terms of our deal, we maintained the pumps that keep the cruise bar's sewage flowing. In return, the doctor gave us medical waste to eat. With proper rationing, we found that we could get by on what he gave us. The Decker monitored both sides to ensure our mutual cooperation, but with her death, the doctor has reneged on the deal. Without the food guaranteed by the contract, the feral guns have gone mad, and in their madness they have made it too dangerous for us to maintain the pumps. Was this Decker named Monica by any chance? Nods. Yes, that was her name. You were the reason why the sewer system quite took care of itself? Yes, in truth we would still work on the pumps even without the doctor's payments. We love our occupation. It helps us to feel human. But the changes wrought by the Krieger strain require us to eat human flesh. If we don't, we wither and die. Without regular feedings, we will have no choice but to hunt for our food. I think I have a solution to your problem. His milky eyes widen. Oh yes, please, whatever you can do. Our situation is desperate. Well, there's only one doctor in the cruise bar. I've never met the guy, but I'm going to have a word with him all the same. The ghoul nods. Yes, perhaps you can convince him where we could not. We have a comlink provided to us by the Decker. It is a direct line to Ezekiel's office. If you call him, he will answer. Okay. Hi there, guys. You pick up the comlink receiver. It's a custom job cobbled together from a jumble of high-end parts. It reminds you of your mission computer, Monica's handiwork. There's a series of staccato clicks as the connection is made. Dr. Ezekiel's voice pours into your ear. It's thick with a blend of irritation and insolence. If you're calling to beg me again, you might as well hang up now. I've been bled by you people for too long now. There are plenty of chop shops and organ leggers out there who'd pay good money for... My name's Sarah Evenstar, Dr. Ezekiel. Maybe you've heard of me. Sarah Evenstar? Ezekiel tries to hide the surprise in his voice. He doesn't do a very good job. What a pleasant surprise. I was wondering when I'd have the good fortune to meet you. If you don't mind me asking, what are you doing on this line? I've just had a very interesting conversation with some of your long-term customers. I don't know what those things told you, Sarah Evenstar, but they're not customers. They've never paid me a thing for my services. They've been keeping the cruise bar's sewers running, Doc. Well, yes, but I don't know why it's my responsibility to pay for them. You've signed a contract. I expect you to honour it. Contracts don't last forever, and you'll forgive me for saying so, Sarah Evenstar III, but I can see no good reason to continue honouring this one. My clinic is a business, not a charity. I'm not giving your new friends any more biomaterial unless they pay me for it. The ghouls don't have any money, you know that, but maybe they have something else that you want? What, like the barter system? I don't think so. I can't imagine a bunch of sewer dwelling monsters would have much value to trade. They're people, Doctor, not monsters. They've already been working for their meals. Maybe you should come up with other things for them to do. That's an interesting suggestion. The line goes quiet for a moment. I might be able to work with that. I'll tell you what. You tell our leader that I'll continue feeding them. In return, they'll keep the sewers maintained like they used to, and they'll agree to do odd jobs for me when I call. Just so we're on the same page, what sort of odd jobs are we talking about? That sort of pack of bloodthirsty ghouls might be good at. Use your imagination. The ghouls that I've spoken to are intelligent and kind. I don't think they want to do your dirty work for you. Well, it's tough for them. I'm sorry, but this is my material that we're talking about. If they want to keep getting it, they'll need to provide something of value to me. And, as you well know, they have nothing else of value to provide. You've heard my offer. They can do with what I tell them to do, or they can find their food elsewhere. It doesn't matter to me either way. No, I don't think I'm okay with this. Sounds a bit too sketchy for comfort. Then we are at an impasse, because I won't continue to feed these monsters for free. Our previous deal was brokered by your dear departed Monica, and without wanting to sound indelicate, it died with her. What would it cost me to buy the ghouls for them? To feed them indefinitely, you mean? It won't be cheap, but maybe we can work something out. In light of my desire to foster a good working relationship with you and the ghouls' past service to the cruise bar, I suppose I could continue feeding them for, say, another pause punctuated by a soft tutting sound. 1,000 new len? Paid up front here and now via the comlink's input port. Deal. Slide your cred stick into a port set in the base of the com. A few moments later you hear the distinctive thunk of machinery and clamping down on plastic. There's a low hum and the machinery spits your cred stick back out again. Very well, everything seems to be in order. Yes, very nice. Thank you, Sarah Evenstar. You can tell your friends that their feedings will resume within the next day or two. I will. Pleasure doing business with you. And you. There's a click as he disconnects the line. Okay, well, we're done. You're back. I've spoken with Zig. Big Al, you can expect your regularly scheduled feelings to start up again any day now. This means so much, Topsider. This means more to us than you could know. Excellent. We're done. Everybody is happy. Awesome. No, that worked out pretty well. Let's roll. Cost us a lot of money, but could have been worse. Fresh air of the cruise bar is a welcome relief after your time in the sewers. A cool breeze drifts across the street, carrying with it the smells of food being prepared. Cheap alcohol being poured and fires being lit against the cold. The stench of the sewers, however, still lingers on your nose. A bad olfactory aftertaste. At least the pumps are working again. Sewage overflowing into the streets would certainly smell far worse. Well, I'm glad we've done that. That at least is pretty useful. Oh, sorry. Continue. Duh. Right. Where are we? What are we doing? Come on. 4 karma gained. Let's talk to this guy. Draco, finally, I was worried you wouldn't come back either, so tell me, what happened? Everything go okay? It's taken care of. You can leave after you give me my money. What about Victor? Your friend isn't coming. I'm sorry. Christ, poor Vic. I don't know how I'm going to tell his folks. Real close-knit family they were. I found this on his body. Maybe you could give it to them. Hey, thanks. He turns the manual over in his hands, rubs his thumb over the crown care one paper. I'll appreciate it. Here's the money I promised you. 500 yen. We've got a lot of cash now. Or a lot of points again. Let's see where we can spend our karma. See, I want the charisma because that opens up more options for me. But at the same time, I think I need to be better in combat. I think I need more hit points and more quickness. Okay, is there anything else I can do for this guy? Thanks again for helping me out. No. Apparently there is not. Okay. I think this is a slightly shorter episode than I would normally have, but I'm going on the basis of getting a quest out of the way is worthy of an episode. Next time we will head down to the U-Bahn platform and pick another mission. So that's all pretty good. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, do not worry about it. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.